Who is joining? Yes, join up. Join up. Let's start. When we are done, you can continue what you're doing. We're not going to take much time again. The work is almost done. Let's start getting ready for tomorrow. Tick enter. Inventory. We're going to be working on our tick enter. And we're going to be doing our final project by tomorrow.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir. I was waiting on a lot, like the class continues.
Okay.
You started already?
No, I've not started this one now, but I did one on models. Did you join us for the models?
That's the function.py.
No. After function.py, we looked at models.py.
Sir, I was lost. And I believe I'm not the only one. We that were coming, you said the class will continue later.
Yes.
So I was hoping maybe you are alert, and I was checking.
Okay,
I tried calling you just before now.
I didn't drop the alert on WhatsApp. That was the issue. But we looked at this. But just I will give you my Facebook Live link so that you can check it out there. It's already there. And the one we give an assignment that somebody can win 200 from. So quickly check it out there before we do this. Maybe I will collect the assignment in the evening class so that you can be able to participate. It's a very simple assignment. I asked her to create a simple function that does validation, that will validate email, so that we use that function as a custom model that we can import in a file in an application that we want to write. So that was the assignment. So they are already working on it. You can just do simple research on using regular expression to do basic email check. So do that, and in the evening I'll collect the assignment. So, and I guess specifically the name of the file should be validator.py so that it will work with the application that we are writing. And the name of the function should be validate_email. So anybody that does a very good work is going to win 200. And we've been doing giveaways since recently. So try it out. Let's start immediately. I think people are already joined up. I'm going to quickly share my screen.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you.
And sorry, sir. Like after function, we did file.
Good. We did file.py. Then we also did model.py.
Please, sir, help us, sir. Because I don't believe I'm the only one. We that were connecting from outside, we must have missed that model. After file, it was model, right?
Yes, model.py. Okay, that's
please,
the one
sir, can you please? Yes, that's the one I missed.
Okay, the model.py is still open on my screen, and I will say that a model is basically a file containing a set of functions that you can now include in a new application that you're writing. And we say that there are three types of models. We have the
sir, do you want to give us time to quickly copy it or what?
Okay, you want to quickly, it might delay the new class. Why not check it out on Facebook Live on YouTube? I just wanted to explain.
Okay, please, sir. Okay, explain then. I'll see if I
Okay,
can
good.
copy the
A module is basically a file that contains sets of functions that you can include in your application. So there are three types of modules. You have the core Python modules that you bring in by just using the import statement. This module datetime is a file containing sets of functions that work on date and time. So people in Python, they've already written this function and kept for you. So that if you want to bring out time, you don't need to start writing a code that brings time. So you simply import and create a variable, assign it to it, and print it out. So just like this one for today, datetime.date.today, you can print out the date of today, and you can see that this year is 2020. We are in August, and today is 30. You can also print the timestamp by simply saying timestamp equal to time as a function to bring out the timestamp. Or if there's another type of model that is called the pip model, which you have to first of all install before you can use, just like as an example is Django. Django is the framework for web library. We are going to be looking at it in the 2.0 part of this boot camp. We are going to be looking at how to use Django to create REST API and create web applications. Then another form of model is the one that we call custom model. This one you have to create by yourself. So let's say now you created a validator.py. So let me quickly run through this and show you how to do it. So if I click on new, so I can create a new file known as validator.py. So that's a new file. So inside this validator.py, I will have this validate_email. So if I'm to do this, I'm going to first of all import a regular expression because I want to use regular expression in this work. So I can now create this very function. You know how to create a function by simply saying def. So the name of the function is what? Validate_email. So that's the function that we are going to be looking at creating. So we'll now put what we want the function to do, which is the assignment that I gave. So once you have something like this, this is validator.py, the name of the file. So this is a model, and this is the very function that you want to import. And that's why when we came to models.py, we said import validator, which is the whole file. But if we want to specifically import this validator_email, we say from validator, import validate_email. That's how we get this. So that's what we did. So the assignment is that we should make research on regular expression and know how we can create a simple function that does email checking. So in the evening class, I should be able to get this from you guys. So with that, we can start what we have for today, which is JSON. So we're going to be looking at JSON. So I can simply call this file JSON_file.py. So that's what we are looking at. So what is a JSON? JSON is so important because when you get deeper into software engineering, you're going to find out that there's what we call REST API or APIs. So these APIs, they could be REST API, which is the current standard. This REST API it looks at backend and creates a simple logic that can be consumed by any application, whether it's web application, mobile application, desktop application. So you'll be learning how to create this REST API. So we need to know how we can actually get data from REST API and manage them inside our Python file. And how this is basically done is that you can pass a JSON file, which is gotten from an API, into a Python dictionary. And you know that Python dictionary is a data type in Python, so that you can easily use work on this dictionary. So we're going to be learning how to create this. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
You want to ask questions? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. JSON.py, is it the is a new file we are working on?
Yeah, it's for this section. That's what we want to.
That's what we are working on.
Yes, JSON_file.py. So let's continue. So we'll start by saying that JSON is commonly used with APIs. When you hear the word API simply means application program interface. That's what it stands for. So in this class, we are going to be learning. So we will learn how to parse. That's what we'll be learning, how to parse JSON into a Python dictionary. That's what we'll be learning. How do you convert a JSON to Python dictionary? Because it has to be in a data type that Python understands so that you can easily manipulate it. Because we have already learned how to manipulate dictionary. So let's see how we can fetch a JSON data and convert them to dictionary. So if you want to do this, the first thing you have to do is that you must import JSON. And this JSON is actually just like, why are we importing JSON? Because JSON is a model. Because JSON is a what? Model, but it's a core Python model. So it's already inside Python. So we can easily import it and use it to work. So let's look at a sample of what we call JSON. If you see a JSON file, what does it look like? So let's do that. Let's look at it. So let me call this simple JSON detail. That is my detail or somebody's detail. So let's call it detail JSON. So this is a JSON containing somebody's details. So this is how you do it. You put this single quote, then in form of an object, I want you to write. So what details are we picking? Let's pick out, say for me, my first name. My first name, class. And tell me my first name. Who knows my first name in this class? No, Emeka is not my first name. Augustine is my surname. Yeah. Emeka is my surname. So that is my first name. So let's also pick out my last name. My last name. Who knows my last name? Anybody? So my last name, that is my surname, which is Emeka. Emeka is my last name. Ekene is my other name. That's my full name. So what other detail can you pick out for me? Let's simply write my age. And my age is 35. Too old. Just too old. So that is a sample JSON. So what do you take note in this JSON? You see that it is in curly brackets and everything is in quotes. Both the key and the value are in quotes. The value is in quotes if it is a string, but if it is a number like 35, it's not in quotes. So this is a sample JSON. Anytime you see something arranged in this form with colons separating the key and the value, then subsequent value is separated by comma, you know that the data type, the type of data you're having is JSON. So simply take note of that structure. So now we are going to look at how we can parse. How we can parse this JSON. We want to convert this JSON to a dictionary because dictionary is what we know how to work on. It's what we used to working on in Python. So how do we pass this to the dictionary? So let me say the name of this dictionary that I want to create is detail. So how do I do that? I simply say very simple. Just say JSON.loads. Once you say JSON.loads, it does that for you. So what file do you want to load? The detailed JSON that we have. That's what we want to load it. We want to load this detailed JSON into what? into our Python as a dictionary. So I simply say detail JSON. So with this, you've converted this JSON to a dictionary known as detail. So please check out my spelling of detail. It's not correct, so I'm gonna simply change it. So that's how we do it. So to prove this to you that this is not a dictionary, what do? I'll just print it out by saying print in bracket detail. Let me print detail now. You see that detail is now showing my JSON, or this time around as a dictionary. So if I come down here to run, what do I write? Python space what? JSON underscore file.py. That's the name I use. Please, any name you use, that's what you write. So if I run it now, I should be able to see, okay, you can now see my dictionary. So this is the dictionary, first name, last name, and age. So it's now in form of a dictionary. It's no longer in form of a JSON. So we can now perform normal operation that we normally perform on a dictionary on it. So let me pick out the first item in that dictionary by saying print, and in bracket I say, what is the name? Is it detail? Detail is the name. So in block bracket, I'm gonna have, I want to print out the first name. So I'm gonna simply say first underscore name. So if I do Control S to save, I should be able to see this. So you can see Augustine is there. So this is normal operation on a dictionary and it's working because why? Because I've actually converted the JSON into a dictionary. So you simply do it by using the function loads, JSON.loads, and you put the dictionary inside you put the JSON inside the bracket, it does the function. So finally, let's just create a simple, a simple dictionary and now convert it back to JSON. That's what we want to do. Create a dictionary, convert to it.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah. That's a question.
I think mine is saying bash equals command not found.
You say? I cannot hear you. What did you say?
My console is giving me bash JSON file.py. It's saying batch JSON.py command not found.
JSON.py. It's not JSON.py that you're supposed to say Python space
JSON underscore
JSON.py.
file. Hey, sorry, forgive me.
Yeah. So let's look at. So now I want to look at
Wow.
we are going to look at getting back to what? JSON from a dictionary. That's what we want to do. So to do this, we want to create a simple dictionary. So let me create a simple dictionary known as car that can have the information about a car, and those information includes the make. So let's look at the make of a car. So what car make can you tell me about? You can have Toyota. You can have what? Toyota. So that's the make we are looking at. So let's pick, what other information can you get about a car? Can get something about the what? Model. Can get the model of a car. So please mute yourself, Ola, mute yourself. I'm hearing I can hear the television in your background. So what model of Toyota are we looking at? Let's look at Toyota Camry. What other information can we get about the car? You can also know the year of the car, the year the car is made. So which year are we looking at? Let's look at 2014 Toyota. That's what we're looking at. So this is a sample dictionary. You know that dictionary is a data type that has a key value pair. You have the key, then you have the value. So the key here is make, the value Toyota. Key here is model, the value Camry. Here is year, value 2014. So let's convert this dictionary to a JSON. How do you do that? So let's create a car JSON. So this is car JSON. Let's create a car JSON. So let's call this one car dict. So differentiate it. This is car dict. So this is car dictionary, but we want to now convert this car dictionary to car JSON. So how do we do that? We simply do that by using the function, very simple function known as dumps. So we simply say JSON dot dumps. Very simple. Then in bracket, put the dictionary that you want to dump into a JSON. And the dictionary is what? Car dict. Car dict is the dictionary. So once you save this and try to print out this JSON by saying print and in bracket what? Car JSON. That's what you want to print out now. We'll save this. We are going to see that this dictionary will be turned into a JSON. So if I come down here again and run this, you can see that this is back into JSON. You can see the way this JSON was. So that's what we are now seeing. So this is now back into JSON. You can see that JSON is very, very similar to the dictionary data type. And that's why whenever you want to bring in a JSON into a Python application, it's always good you convert it to dictionary so that you can easily work on it. And that is where we are going to be ending for today. For the morning section. In the evening section, we're going to be looking at object-oriented programming in Python. We need to know how to create an object, create a class. You need to know what a class is. In programming, object-oriented programming languages, C program, they see softwares as object. An object is anything that has properties and functions. And that's what we're going to be looking at in the next class. Thank you. God bless you. See you when I see you.